What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Buzzer2Buzzer. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Uncut Talk live stream. We're doing some magic right there. Harsh coming in at the blink of time. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. We got a bunch to start talking about going on this week now. We have football in the NBA. We also got March Madness. It's March 18th. March Madness is well underway, starting as well. We met our brackets. We want to talk about what's going down with that as well. But firstly, you guys already found out the news yesterday. We covered us talking about the Andy Dalton trade coming to the Chicago Bears. You guys saw the sorrow, the sadness in our faces, the excitedness. Nothing much more to say about that. Harsh, can you still believe what went down?
Andy Dalton is my starter until we draft someone. Was my starter. The Bears are rumored to get Kenny Golladay, so him and Allen Robinson, maybe the duo with Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, it will be quite special, seeing Allen Robinson and Kenny Golladay. But I'm sure Abi, for the moment, is happy. He has a smile on his face. He wouldn't have that smile. I'm telling you, if
everything worked out for me. As for now, that just shows that Seahawks aren't letting go of Russ anytime soon. And with the Bears, that's just amazing because even if you guys get Kenny G, right, you have Allen Robinson, Kenny Golladay, two great receivers, but obviously you need a good quarterback.
Don't forget Darnell.
Darnell Mooney. I forgot about him. But throwing Javon Wims out there too, and you have four. But Andy Dalton, he's serviceable, but I don't think you guys want a serviceable quarterback. You want someone who's good, especially having Trubisky, Jay Cutler, Nick Foles, all the whole history of mediocre Bears QBs. You guys are expecting more, but who knows? Maybe we'll trade up for a better pick in the draft and have better QB then.
Yeah, go hard.
I actually do believe that the Bears will be making a trade. They'll be moving on from one or two of their defensive players, mostly namely Kyle Fuller, and trading up with the Atlanta Falcons and picking a quarterback, hopefully the correct one. We don't know who that's going to be. We can never tell, but hopefully they get a quarterback.
At this point in Chicago sports, hope is the only word we have, honestly. And going back to the draft, just that whole process, so painstaking, starting out at ground zero like we talked about yesterday. Not excited, but you never know. Hey, Abi, you got that smile on your face right now. But, Yemi saying right now, Andy Dalton, don't you worry. We might pull out a Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson out of nowhere. And when that happens, this channel will be going crazy. We will be celebrating like it is a whole new ballgame. And you'll see Abi probably shedding some tears too when that happens. So more to come about that. Sports Solid coming in. What is up, my guy? Hey, Varun. Hey, what is up? Sports Solid. More of you guys. What is going on? We got people from Ontario. That is awesome to know. Miles, what's up? All right. So we already got people talking about the March Madness. And before we get there, just make sure we say what's up, everybody. Glitch Trade, what's going on? Jay-Z Productions, why are we playing songs in the live stream? Hey, man, last time was pretty interesting. If you want to make an appearance, let's see if you got time today. We might have some time to get you guys on the stream today as well. Is the OG crew here? Yeah, so you're probably noticing that our guy Arian is not here due to some things going on. So hopefully he is in the interesting center situation. So we'll see what happens with Arian. Miles, what's up? He got Michigan. He's a Michigan fan. Harsh, I think it's time to start talking about this. March Madness. What's going down?
I don't know, dude. Michigan, they've been pretty suspect these past few games. They had a very strong season, very strong showing of being number one seed. And then obviously in the Big Ten tournament, they had a little bit of a faltering. And it grows some worries. They got blown out by Illinois as well. It grows some worries, but I could see them at least probably making the Sweet 16 early date. So we'll see what happens. And after that, it's usually just a toss-up. So.
Well, how about we each share, we have made drafts and we'll make a little special announcement in just a couple moments, but let's go through. Harsh, you got one in the tournament?
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Oh, man, I don't know, because with our special announcement, I don't know if that's something I want to reveal, I think maybe we could, some hot takes. I can give you some hot takes. I personally believe whoever wins Michigan State or UCLA today will be making the Sweet 16. And
Wow, okay.
Syracuse will also be making the Sweet 16. I guess those are my two hot takes.
Okay. Abi?
I don't want to give away whoever winning it all, but like Harsh said, I think I have some interesting matchups, some outcomes that people aren't going to expect. But once we have our announcement, I guess we'll just talk more about that. So
For sure. I think I'm not going to foreshadow anything, but Glitch Grid, you got a point right now. Number 1 seed. That doesn't happen too often in Illinois. We got the Ramblers.
They trash. No, I'm kidding.
Wow. Okay. We'll see what happens. We'll keep going. Aditya, we just told you Arian, doing Arian type of things. We just talked with George. What's up? Thanks for coming on today. Miles, talking about his Final Four. Purdue, Michigan, Gonzaga, and Illinois. A bunch of 1 seeds there. Guys, it's a considerable Final Four.
Very respectable. I definitely do agree with Michigan, Gonzaga, even Illinois. Maybe, I don't know if I completely agree with Purdue. Or actually, I don't even think I ever agree with Gonzaga. But, it's not a bad choice. And, you could be very correct.
Purdue, yeah, also like Hart said, I think Purdue's one of the out of the 4 options that you said, and I think Purdue's one that I might not agree with. I think they can go up against Baylor at one point if it comes down to it. I think Baylor's a better team. So, but that could be definitely, I can see that for sure.
Well, there's always upsets if you look forward to, and I think that there's a bunch of dark horse candidates, especially this year, who we will see come out and shine. More people coming in. Miles talking about the Bears. Bears fans better watch how this year are going to play. Honestly, Harsh, can we even deny the statement?
I don't know who's biting our kneecaps, but it's probably going to be everyone. I mean, this Bears team is going to go 4-12 at its best, so anything better would be above expectations.
Honestly, the amount which we can achieve is pretty low, right? The goal, I think Andy Dalton, he doesn't have much to accomplish, man. He's just a rental. And, in a week or two, we'll wake up in the morning. It's going to be a nice 65-degree weather day, looking outside. The birds are chirping outside the window. And I'm going to pick up my phone first thing at 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday day. Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, Russell Wilson coming to the Chicago Bears. And when that day comes, I think we're going to have to pull up to Abby's house and, get his live reaction in his bed.
Yeah, I think you got to let go of the whole Russell Wilson thing.
I don't agree with the delusion coming from Rayon. I'm back to.
It's one thing to, I think it's one thing to say that maybe Deshaun Watson, that's also a very low chance. But if Russell Wilson doesn't accept the Bears' insane trade that they offered, the abundance of picks, first rounders, Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, they're definitely not going to get him in the future. I don't think the Seahawks are going to release him in the future either. And I think that kind of shows that they're going to stick with Russell Wilson for a good amount of time.
I mean, contract's only got 2 years left, so
resign, extend his contract. Don't worry.
I don't know. That was a problem last time. Weren't there rumors to the New York Giants last time? Maybe he picks another big city like Chicago.
There's always going to be rumors, Harsh. It just matters the end result. So.
End result, don't you worry. The end result, the right side of the equation is going to say Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, number 3, will be a jersey selling next year. Just you worry. Don't you worry, man. Sports Solid, Harsh, new paint, new ceiling?
Yes, sir. It's new paint. It's actually inked from Home Depot, if you were interested. And, yeah, thank you.
Looking nice. George, Arian's funeral service coming on Saturday. It might be Sunday. I think when his bracket dies down, that's when the service will be held. Because that bracket, which he is coming up with, is probably really busted for now. Arian will be remembered, yes. Miles, you think Chicago sports are bad? Come to Detroit, please. Honestly, you do got a point. Chicago sports, it is pretty difficult to be a Chicago anything type of fan nowadays. The only success we've seen in the championship has been hockey. Really? Hockey? It's fun to watch, I guess, but NFL, NBA, nothing fun has occurred there. But Detroit, the Pistons, you guys had some good times in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Obviously you have the bad boy Pistons, but other than that, and like Orego was saying with the Red Wings, Detroit is a pretty, sad city right now in terms of their success with their professional sports teams. But who knows? Maybe they can turn it around. But for now, the Lions, the Pistons, it's not looking that good.
Yeah, I don't know. It begs a question, right? Is the city of Detroit cursed, or do they just suck at picking managers? Is the ownership there just relatively incompetent when it comes to picking general managers and coaches, or are they just getting unlucky time after time? It's a very interesting question to ask.
Well, interesting question. All righty. Sports Solid got to go. We'll be back soon. See you soon. Vineet coming in. What is up, Vineet? Saying, let's see your March Madness brackets. So we're not going to be revealing all the cards today, but we just talked about some of our favorite picks up there. We got people, and I think you also got to acknowledge the dark horse candidates out here. I honestly feel like UConn can make a good run too. We remember what they did in 2014, the 7th seed with Shabazz Napier, like the run they made. I mean, honestly, I don't know, them and North Carolina. You can never count out the Blue Tar Heels. I feel like they got something going on, and we could definitely see them making a run in the deep. And also Georgia Tech, they should also be mentioned in there as well. More people coming in. Varun, George got some thoughts. Arena's healthy for the moment, I guess. Michigan are too strong. They will go all the way. Arsh, Michigan, all the way. Is that too much to ask?
I mean, it's possible. And statistically, it's possible for any team to win, but they're more likely than other teams. But you never know what happens. It's one game, so that's why it makes it so difficult to pick who's going to win.
Well, how about this? If we didn't have to choose a number 1 seed to win the tournament, you guys have to get one team right now. It doesn't have to be who you choose in your brackets.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Easily Ohio State.
Abib?
I think I would go with Baylor, actually.
That's the number 1.
He said non-1 seed. He said non-1 seed.
Oh. I'll go with Villanova. How about that?
Okay, for sure. And I think I'm going to go with Coach Roy. I cannot pick against the Blue Tar Heels, North Carolina. I can for sure see them making a move. Parisa coming on. Parisa, what is up? Thanks for coming on in. Vinny, what do you guys think of Jusinu Avi? What do you think about it?
What?
So B doesn't actually know who he is right now, so I will give him a few days. Oh, that's he's a player on the Illinois basketball team. Obviously, their best player, or arguably one of their best, and he's been carrying. I think he's phenomenal. I think he actually returns to Illinois because there's so many stars on that team next year, and he's going to build that draft profile before he goes to the NBA one more year.
Remind me, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was the guy who posed that picture, right? Like the Kobe in the shower. Was that him?
I believe so. He was the one who imitated Kobe's pictures.
That was a pretty nice photo. Georgetown upset Colorado. Ooh, has that just happened? If so, that is interesting. Harsh, you got the answers? Don't reveal all the cards today. Offer some advice to our viewers.
Okay, I'll give you one. Don't pick Florida. Don't pick Florida. Take Virginia Tech. Or whatever. Yeah, Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech?
Florida.
Okay.
Florida.
Harsh dropping some inside information. Take that as you will. And make your brackets. We'll talk about them in a minute too. Vanita asking us about the haircuts. What do you guys tell your barbers when you get a haircut? Avi, what do you tell them?
Speaking of a haircut, I actually need one right now, but I just like getting a fade out here, a fade on the side, and then scissors on the top.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, I do. I need a fresh cut. I know, man. Don't throw my hair in the chat, guys. Come on.
Jay-Z, I don't know if you can talk, man. You gotta show us what your cut even looks like, man, before you can even start bashing on our boys. Like how about you show?
So what is an Indian haircut though? Like what does it even mean?
What does it even mean?
Jay-Z, if you want to quantify your argument, do that in the chat. Lions will have a better record than the Bears. Harsh, are we actually gonna get the 4th seed?
Honestly, I would kind of be happy with the 4 seed. Maybe if we get the quarterback incorrect, then we get a second chance next year with another chance at the quarterback. Because at this point, we can build a great defense. The Bears have done it for the past so many years. It's getting that quarterback. So once we get a quarterback, maybe they can build a defense. And say we get a quarterback this year that's actually competent, top 3 pick would not help. Would help a lot when it comes to building a defense again.
Okay. We got more people coming in. Vinny's saying V has the best haircut. Not even a question. You got the firm, new fashion, new V. About that. Jay-Z, he a player. V playing a lot of sports nowadays, eh?
Yes, sir.
V has a raccoon on his Okay,
yeah. Everyone flaming me in the comment. Dude, I gotta get a haircut. I know. Don't worry about it.
We'll make a separate video for V when he gets back from his haircut. Don't you worry.
Yeah. I get a haircut. You'll guys see.
Jay-Z, what happened? We are all good, man. Just some little stuff going on. How dare you make fun of the Hawks? Who's slandering the Hawks right here?
Oh, all of these guys out here, My boy Fire Cake, he's sticking up for the Seahawks. If he's talking about
he's talking about the Blackhawks. He's not talking about the Seahawks.
Okay.
Alex DeBrincat, he's kind of been going off. Malcolm Subban has played better than we expected. He's still a little weird sometimes with what he does. But besides that, they have a lot of promise, but I don't think that they'll be going anywhere significant in the coming year, or probably a year or two. But Alex DeBrincat has shown to be a very good prospect.
I don't really have a lot of knowledge in NHL, if I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know about Ray Gold. I can't speak for him, but the Blackhawks, I haven't really watched hockey, so I'm just going to let Hart take care of the NHL comments.
It's like Stephen A. Smith. The ESPN had a deal now with NHL. They're going to start covering it. Stephen A. Smith came on first day. He's like, I know one thing and one thing only about hockey. The puck is colored black. And honestly, sometimes that is just the way of what we know. But for sure, hockey is a good sport to watch. And speaking of sports in Chicago, Farking asking us our opinions on the best team in Chicago.
I mean, if we're going franchise-wise or currently, franchise-wise, I think you have to go with the Bulls. I mean, I don't really know if that's much more. I think you can maybe go
overall, yeah.
Overall, yeah. As a franchise, the Bulls. Maybe you can argue the Blackhawks. I don't really know. I know they won a couple Stanley Cups. Bears only have one Super Bowl, I guess, and then the Cubs one World Series too. I don't know how many times.
The first two are a while apart from the third one. So
yeah, I know that, but I think it's the Bulls, the best team overall. Now, I don't. I would say
yeah. If we were to pick all time, I definitely have to go with the Bulls too. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's not a question. Yeah.
But right now, I'm gonna go with the White Sox. They're projected to win that division. They were really good last year, and they're only gonna get better with the free agent signings they made. It hurts me to say this, but I think the White Sox are the best team in Chicago right now.
Yeah, I know they made some offseason news. I'm aware of that, not for all the specifics, but the White Sox are for sure up there. The Bulls, though, I mean, not gonna lie, they're turning things around. Honestly, sure, they're not 100% where they want to be. I'm not gonna say that.
I mean, sorry, what you're saying was
they got a chance to make the playoffs this year too. So
I mean, they are 9th seed right now. I know that the Eastern Conference is not super competitive, and it's super close right now. I think they're like a couple games away from being the 8th seed, and that's obviously making the playoffs. But I think they have a great out of all the years in the last 2-3 years, I think this is their best shot on making the playoffs.
We got a young squad developing, and we for sure have a lot of potential. That is 100% true. Varun, Jay-Z saying, can you come on? Oh, I know we'll see praise giving Jay-Z some of his medicine. Yemi saying Texas Southern for non-number 1 seed. Okay, all right, that is for sure something to remember. Let's see how Texas Southern does. Abi, have you been watching AOT? AOT?
Yes, sir. Shout out to all the anime fans out here. And I know Rayan and Harsh. Harsh I think he doesn't like it, but I think he doesn't have a problem with people who watch it. Rayan's a hater out here for people who watch anime, but they haven't even tried it. So I haven't been keeping up with AOT though. It's a great show.
Daisy Pluto Shreya, hopefully they'll be coming in as well. Fire King Attack Titan. Okay, we can attack the Tennessee Titans all we want, but not about the show, my guy. George, he got some. You don't spoil Attack on Titan. I will come from Detroit. George got a lot of screams, a lot of comments going on. And Jay-Z saying, come on the stream. We'll be sending out the invite, Jay-Z. Don't worry, let's get through all these comments you guys got going on. Vinny asking a question, who do you guys think are some of the next year fantasy football sleepers? Guys, one player, if we had to choose, one sleeper, who is it?
The quarterback next year for the 49ers. I don't know who it's going to be, if it's Jimmy G or if they draft someone. I think that's definitely a sleeper right there. Besides that, Adam Rank obviously came on and said Jonathan Taylor's going to be a really good one. So you could go that direction too.
I don't really know if it's a sleeper, but I feel like ever since he got his injury this year, I feel like a lot of people are doubting Saquon Barkley's ability. And obviously his rookie year, he did amazing. But, now people are saying, like, he's not even – I've heard people say he's not even the top 7 when everyone's healthy. And that's just absurd. So I think Saquon Barkley's going to have a great year next year. So you can say he's a sleeper.
So we have some breaking news right now that I just got. The Bears have released Kyle Fuller.
Wow, the cap space. That's good, though. Right?
I mean,
former
Kyle Fuller
All-Pro and 2-time Pro Bowler is now on the market.
Oh my
Wait.
God.
Oh, I mean, that's a pretty big impact to their defense, not going to lie. Because, I mean, it's not like it's not like Roquan Smith or Khalil Mack, but Kyle Fuller's, you can argue, is a top borderline top 10, top 15 cornerback. So that's a pretty big hit.
Rather than Trey Flowers, let's get that certain, all right? But Kyle Fuller, dang, okay, well, that's going to have an impact on our defense for sure. Harsh, is there a bigger picture we're looking at here?
I think this means Bears management is either being very stupid or they have some strong faith or belief in Jalen Johnson. They must have seen something this year. I mean, we all saw he was a really good rookie for his cornerback, and obviously he's showing a lot of promise. But I think, this just shows that they believe a lot more in Jalen Johnson than they do Kyle Fuller moving forward. And they did give him a lot of money, and the cap space is definitely a big problem this year. So They're just trying to make room for, I guess, whatever move they're trying to make. And maybe they see a corner in the draft that they want and they think has a lot of promise.
Yeah, for sure. Draft night will be very interesting to see how the Bears utilize their picks and if any trades do happen involving our players. Yeah, I mean, do we get any inheritance from Arian? I don't know about that one. JD's saying we got a third to 33% each now. Yeah, Ari. Oh my God, where is he at? George, seeing 3 to 5 business days. How about 3 to 5 more assignments are going to be completed before we see you? All right, my guy. Vineet, who are you guys for superheroes? Abi, what is it?
Dude, definitely not Batman. I can say that. Batman's kind of not. I'm not gonna lie. For me, it's probably Captain America. If I'm gonna be honest, Marvel fan, so definitely not Batman. Gotta get my point across.
Harsh.
I got two. I really can never pick between these two, but it's gotta be Spider-Man. He just always since I was living on Thor, he's also amazing. So I can never pick between those two, but those two are easily my 1A and 1B.
And I think for me, if we're going to 1, it would be the Flash and Iron Man. The speed of the Flash, being able to accomplish everything he does in such a quick manner. And Iron Man, the gadgets, it's so cool watching the movies going back. Iron Man 3, such a classic. Jay-Z sent the scream, don't worry, we will. If we need Batman as a favorite, okay. Fire King has his own opinion. Bulls MJ era, that is non-debatable. Chicago, that's one of the best franchises in all of sports history, if you want to consider that as well. Let me asking you once again, Ryan, how can you be from Chicago and not think that Michael Jeffrey Jordan is not the GOAT? My guy, I have explained it before. It's more to do with the personal connection to the game of basketball and in sports in general. The reason I got into sports was because of that 2013 NBA Finals with LeBron, that team, Ray Allen, Mari Chalmers, Dwayne Wade. That was one heck of a team, and ever since then, become a huge sports fan. So I think it's because of that. I'm not going to sit here and say that Michael Jordan was a terrible player. He's for sure right behind LeBron James. But whenever I talk about LeBron, overall impact, everything considered, and especially if he wins number 5 this year, all talks should be silenced. But that is,
I mean, impact. I still think even if he wins 5th, forget the GOAT conversation. I think impact is kind of non-debatable. I think Michael Jordan has had a way bigger impact than LeBron James. Not way bigger. Let me rephrase that. I think Michael Jordan, you can argue their skill, their GOAT status, but I think impact, for me, it's clear it's Michael Jordan who had a greater impact on the NBA. For now.
We could go talking about the impacts for hours if the stream wanted to go on. But before we get to a special portion of the stream today, one last question from Minnie asking, what's our favorite show? Avi, I think I know the answer to yours, but what is it?
I mean, if we're talking like different genres, right? I feel like it's kind of hard to like have like one overall favorite show, like in terms of like funny shows, like comedy, 100% The Office, no question. I used to like Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was an amazing show. If you guys watched it, and that can't really think of other stuff right now. But those two are definitely like some of my favorite shows of all time.
It's tough for me. I'm a big fan of Silicon Valley on HBO. It was really funny. It made me laugh more honestly than The Office. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was really good too. It's running. I know its last season's coming up, kind of sad, but I think those two probably the funniest in my opinion.
For me, it has to be either Suits. That was one great show got to watch over quarantine last year, or Silicon Valley. 2 great shows. Highly recommend to watch them if you guys have not. But now let's get towards the fun portion of the stream, which you guys have been looking forward to. That, of course, being let's get some people on. We got a couple minutes right here. Let's get some hi hellos. Let's see how you guys are doing before spring break coming up next week. So as like we did on our 1,000 subscriber special stream, we're gonna drop the link, guys. Hit that link. Come on in. Remember, we got one policy and one policy only. Let's keep it cool. Not anything weird, anything bad. Come on in. Let's talk some sports. See how you guys are doing. So the link to join is in the chat. If you want to click on that and come on in, and we'll let you in as you guys come in. But as you guys are making your way in, we also want to make a little announcement about March Madness. That, of course, being that we're going to be doing our own bracket for March Madness, doing our own Buzzer2Buzzer contest. So we have created a bracket, a group essentially on ESPN, where us 3 have already made our brackets, and we're inviting you guys to make your own brackets too. Come on in, and then at the end, when March Madness is over, the national championship has gone down. We want to see who took home the chip, who has the most points, who predict the most upsets correctly, and all that fun stuff. So that link will be posted in our Discord coming in soon. And if you are not already in our Discord, I will be dropping the link to that in the chat as well. So join the Discord as soon as possible so you can talk with us pretty much 24/7. No, that is not the link. There you go. So there's the link to join the Discord, guys. Be sure to hit that. Come on in as well. And now we got people coming in. Let's do a little hi hello. Oh, we got fan favorite Avi. Any guesses who it is?
My boy Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is real. Jay-Z is the question. Hello.
It's so loud. Oh my God.
Jay-Z.
That was the AOT title track, if you guys are wondering. But
I see. Jay-Z never making the real appearance. Jay-Z, adios. We got Sports Solid Author. What's up, man? Hey.
Nothing much. What about you guys?
Still recovering from the Bears signing Andy Dalton.
And I guess now
What are your guys'
Kyle
thoughts
Fuller.
on? Oh yeah, I got the notification from Bleacher Report. They just released him, and yeah, he was a pretty good cornerback. But I think he's hit his prime, and now it's another chapter of his career. And what are your guys' thoughts? Where do you think Kenny Golladay will go?
The Bears or the Giants? I think it really comes down. I know those are the two teams reported today. Maybe the Ravens, but I really don't see him going anywhere else. I was surprised the Bears when the reports came out today, but I still believe it'll be the Ravens or Giants are easily the front runners.
I think the Giants
Yeah,
already offered a huge contract, like a huge deal too. So
yeah,
We also signed Kyle Rudolph, so maybe it's time for drop machine Evan Ingram to go. So
Hey, he's a Pro Bowler.
he is a Pro Bowl.
he didn't deserve that. I'm an honest Giants
he
fan.
did.
He didn't deserve that.
I would say probably Robert Tonyan.
Yeah, Tanyan.
Over him, but I guess he made it. But I think the Giants' future, if they get Kenny Golladay, I think it'll look pretty good. Like I said too earlier when we were recording, Saquon. I think people are kind of underestimating a man. So if he has a comeback, I think he's gonna do amazing.
I mean, that's what that's what happens to anybody when they get injured. Like no one thought Alex Smith was going to come back. He came back. He did his thing.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe he'll do
building up. With Daniel Jones, he isn't as terrible as predicted. He had a good season last year. Saquon being back, along with upgrading their wide receiver core, I think with Kenny Golladay could be pretty nice.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, for sure. All right, Arthur, thanks for coming in. You got some other people on coming too, so we'll get you on if we got time. Thanks for coming in.
Bye. Thank you.
See you, man.
We got Yemi coming in. What's up, Yemi?
Yeah, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. How about you?
I'm pretty good, but bro, MJ's the GOAT. Come on, man.
Wow, you're about to
NBA championship, 6 finals MVP, 5 MVPs. He's just the GOAT, isn't he?
Preach, man, preach. We talk about this all. I think this is on our channel. I think this is like the most the debate we talk about the most. Like this always gets mentioned every time we talk about the NBA, the GOAT, LeBron versus MJ. So we all have our strong opinions, and I don't think anyone's going to change their opinion anytime soon.
Well, let's see what happens this season. Athar saying MJ's clearly the GOAT. Let's get him back on. Athar sharing an opinion.
Michael Jordan. I don't know. I understand. LeBron is number 2. I would say that LeBron is number 2. He's not number 1. I don't think he's close. I don't opinion like.
Well, okay. I guess you're for sure entitled to your opinion, but I feel like this year, if LeBron wins, that's MVP. That's gonna be number 5 MVP. He wins the championship. That's number 5 championship. 5 Finals MVP. That would probably go about. And if he takes down, if the finals are Lakers versus the Nets, and he takes down that 3-headed monster team of Kyrie, James Harden, KD.
I am a Nets fan, so I don't want LeBron to win.
Oh, if that happens, then we're gonna have to rub it in extra. But. But yeah, if LeBron takes on that team, that trio, I feel like that has to account for something more. And 5-6, 1 apart, sure, it's a huge championship, but I think that's when you start looking at the non-tangibles, the other stuff which doesn't always come about on the score sheet and the stat sheet.
Yeah, like likes to
True.
argue with LeBron's age being a huge factor.
I mean, I guess you could call like this monster Nets team as the Utah Jazz. So like the 90s Utah Jazz. I mean, this team is obviously better. They the 90s had Stockton, Malone, and Hornacek, and then a few other key players. But this team is much better. But I guess it's when MJ beat the 90s Jazz because they were considered really good at their time. And unfortunately, Stockton and Malone didn't win a title. So yeah.
For sure. All right, guys. Arthur, Yummy, thanks for coming in. Yummy, is your name?
You guys have a great night.
Yeah, you too, man. All right, see you guys.
See you.
We got 2 more people coming in. Parise, hello.
Hello, I have a really important question. What is your guys' favorite food?
Ooh, what a good question.
Don't get a B started on this. You have 30 seconds. Lightning round. Go.
You know, if I had to like pick a food that I would like eat for the rest of my life.
Parisa, I just want you to know, like, you don't know what you just started. Like,
Okay, Avi, we'll get you back on the stream. Avi, see you, man.
All right. Oh, but no, but if I'll answer shortly, then I'm probably gonna go pizza or pasta. One of those two, actually.
Okay, well, that was a concise response.
I'll go with mac and cheese.
That's a good response. I hate mac and cheese. That's disgusting.
Rude.
Oh, you just offended harsh right there.
Rude. Rude.
Pasta in general, classic. All right, thank you, Fraser, coming
Okay,
on.
bye guys.
Bye.
Jay-Z coming back on. Jay-Z, is it the real Jay-Z or is it an imposter?
No. Hear me out.
Okay, we'll get you. What's up, Arch?
Oh, no, but
He's playing back the stream. I knew he was.
Yeah, it's not the real one.
I don't even know why you keep letting him back on here. Like, nothing
Yeah,
productive.
No, I think there's like that little glimmer of hope that it's gonna be a real person, but every time it's just a troll. So eventually, we'll find out who our guy is. Sports Solid saying 9 Funnier. Guys, I think that's one of your favorites.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's good. That's up there. 10 out of 10.
It's alright in my opinion. It might be like, I don't know. I think it's a bit overrated. Obviously, Nan is hella good by itself. Paneer, I don't know. Like sometimes you have to be in the mood for it. Sometimes it slaps. Sometimes it's not that great. So.
If we're talking traditional, we got to go with naan and nahari. That is, I don't know if you guys have had it, but it's a Pakistani dish, classic, very good. We got more people coming in. Shlo, hello.
Hello.
What's going on, guys?
I have a question.
So,
By the way.
All right. So this morning, I accidentally put Febreze on my toothbrush, and I brushed it and I swallowed it, and my stomach is hurting. So I was just wondering if you guys have any answers for that.
Okay, so actually, on the Febreze bottles, there's a poison control phone number, and I suggest you call that.
Well, I don't have any phone number or anything. My parents aren't home, so I can't call.
Okay. So I have an even better idea. So
yeah, we can't afford cable either.
Okay. So how about this? Like, you drink a lot of water. It'll like dilute the solution.
Water's a little pricey.
Okay. Yeah.
I think taking a shower or put some you got shower if you got like.
Dude, I just said water's a little pricey, man.
Okay, we'll drop a B's address in the chat.
If you guys are curious, we know Shlok, so he's just here to mess around. But
I think actually dal always helps.
Yeah, you eat some dal, man, and let us know how it goes. All right, thanks for coming on.
Okay, thank you for coming on. See ya.
We got more people coming in. Shane, what is up? Okay, well, that was a concise response.
I'll go with Mac.
Alrighty, well, it's gonna be the same guy, and I think we're gonna be wrapping it up soon, guys. One last appearance. People coming in. If you want to come in the last 2 minutes, come on, say hi. Athar, any last comments?
Where do you think Kyle Fuller will go?
Denver. Team up with the Big Fangio. Or the Chargers. That works too. Brandon Staley, he's comfortable with him.
The Jags.
Obviously, outside linebacker coach.
Hey, the Seahawks are.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Seahawks
Also,
are desperate of a CB1 right now, so maybe.
After losing Shaquille Griffin,
yeah,
it's a little hard.
Yeah,
and also I have one more question. Did you guys watch the India match today?
No, I don't watch a lot of.
Do you guys watch?
Oh man,
they're playing England, right? I think.
Yeah, it's 2-2 in the T20s.
Yeah. I haven't been really keeping up to date with that, but I've heard that they're doing pretty well. I don't know.
No, they aren't.
Okay, never mind.
They didn't deserve to win.
Yeah, contrary to that, I heard they're doing not pretty well. So I don't know where you're getting your report.
I agree with you, Harsh. I think that you're right.
And Pakistan's doing very good against Australia right now. So up and coming, just don't worry. Up and coming too. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. 2021 T20 World Cup. Rishabh Pant will hit on everybody.
well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the Asia Cup goes through for next year. It was supposed to be happening in Pakistan last year, but as we all know, it did not go through. So we'll see what happens. But I thought, as always, man, thanks for coming on. You're a good supporter. We appreciate it. The last people right here.
I appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you, man.
And last people, oh, okay, we gotta add this guy. This guy, man, he is an old-time friend, 7th grade bench warmer, 7th grade starter for the what's that team? The Chino Hills team in Beverly Hills. He's the man, the guy, our guy, George Joseph. What is up,
George?
Yeah, you know me. I've been around the block. I've been around for like 50 years. So
how's life in Detroit right now?
It's amazing. I just popped the op over there, so I'm chilling. Yeah, but I got a big question for you guys because right now when I watch NBA, I'm a little bored. I don't like the popping threes from like 50 feet and the fast passing and shooting, all that. What's your guys' favorite era of basketball?
Ooh,
it's like a real question, which is like kind of weird for me, but yeah, it's a real question.
I think the first decade of the 2010. I feel like that's when.
I thought you said like the first decade of basketball when they're like dribbling with two hands.
No. But I think that's when the referees, they weren't soft. It was physical basketball, no blood, no foul, literally. You had teams like the Bad Boy Pistons playing out there, teams that you didn't usually root for, right? It wasn't just one dominant team like in the 90s, the Bulls taking over. We saw a good flavor of teams. We saw, obviously the Pistons. We saw the Lakers in the early 2000s. I think that's an era which we can't forget about. Even though we didn't necessarily experience it, looking back, I think that's what's for me.
But I think like if we didn't experience it, I think it's kind of hard to say that that's like, for me, that's my favorite era. I guess the only other option would be like the 2010s. But, I think I would say that. Obviously, my boy D Rose in his prime, 2011 MVP, tragic injury 2012, but probably 2010s favorite era.
I'm personally a fan of a few years ago, like 5-6 years ago, when Curry first like revolutionized the three. I think that was like the most interesting. It's not like Damian Lillard and Trae Young just throwing it up, and there's no like Hardens and Trae Young's like trying to draw fouls from everyone. I think it was like right when we were getting into that era of like 3-point barrages, but it was rare and like it was elite when somebody did it. And I think that sort of like Ray Allen sort of era to like right when Stephen Curry started, I think it's like the perfect time for me.
Yeah, I like that point because when I think about NBA, I haven't really watched the past couple of years, but whenever I think of it, I really hate how like skill sets, like entire skill sets, are kind of disappearing. You don't see men like drive. You don't see men using the inside that much, or if they're using it, they're just driving straight in, and it's kind of like taking out parts of basketball.
Like so, players like Dirk and Tim Duncan would be irrelevant in today's basketball.
Yeah, I miss the era of like the power forward and stuff. That's all a little.
I think it's because the game's kind of changed where power forward centers, like shooting, has become a lot bigger of a deal. A perfect example, like Blake Griffin. When he was with the Clippers, all he would do was drive. That would be his specialty, his slam dunks. Then when he went to the Pistons, and now he's gone, obviously, to the Nets. But when he was in the Pistons, he focused on shot a lot more, and his 3-point shot was actually pretty good for a power forward. So I think it's just the whole era is changing, but I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just going to keep changing as basketball.
What do you guys think? Like, do you think like the 3-point line will reach like 40 feet? Do you think like?
I think moving back probably a foot or two because of that we're seeing that old style of basketball, like that hard hitting in the paint. Like you're not going to see players like Shaq, Kevin Garnett, like Harsh mentioned, Tim Duncan. You're not going to see Mr. Fundamentals being developed if the game was so based around outside. I feel like it's so become concentrated that even if you're a center and even if you're a power forward, you're expected, like Abi said, to shoot the money ball. Yeah. And I think that's something, the mentality, you got to sort of change it. The game is fun to watch still, but I think it'd be even more fun to see stuff going down outside and inside the paint.
Definitely. All right. Thanks for having me on.
And George, before you go, another friend of ours, I think, he has gone. Let him in. Oh, where did he go? He was just here. Oh, there he is. Last guest of the day.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I'm finally on the show, guys. I'm a big fan. I've been watching since day one. I'll be you're fucking garbage. Fucking off the air. Dude, I was talking about the Seahawks. I was talking about the Blackhawks, not the Seahawks, bro. Oh, sorry.
Big fan. Vikings a fake fan,
Big fan.
Show your face, bro. We need to see your face.
Remember when I crossed you? I can't right now. I'm on my monitor.
Oh, yeah, for those who like Vinny's asking for a story time. One right here, 2-minute story. Vinny, remember that story about our guy Abi being crutches? It was because
yes, sir.
That guy right there.
My man hyping knows what happened. All of Horace, Orion, Rayon, they sort of hyping him up.
No.
I want to go in
What
this.
basically happened was that I ran a crisp route on you, and then you fell.
But you wouldn't know.
And I scored a touchdown.
The jab step said to be to the ground. I've never seen
Exactly.
somebody
Thank you,
fall quicker
Harvey.
than that.
You're true.
Oh, you guys hyping him up. This is a lie.
Ankles have been broken in the basketball court, but on the football field, I think like if there was only a photographer, bro, that
would have been perfect because we would have known that didn't get my ankles broken.
All right. Well, with that story time, we'll bring up more story times coming in the future. But I think we're coming to a close, my guy. Thanks for coming in today.
Yes, of course. We'll be here next show.
We'll look forward to it. See you, man.
Yeah.
All righty. And with that note, guys, we are going to be bringing today's Uncut Live to a close. Thanks, guys, for coming on today. We had a bunch of fun. A lot of you guys coming in, too. So hopefully that's becoming more of a consistent type of streaming style.
And one more thing, Rayon, before we conclude. So for those of you that aren't on the Discord, we're going to post the tournament link and its join password in the description once the video gets published. So I did put a link in the chat and its password, but we'll post another thing if you're not on the Discord. But it'll be on the Discord soon, too. It's just that if you guys are interested in joining, we'll have a little shout-out for whoever wins. We bring them on during a live stream and have them talk through their picks.
For sure. We'll see when that goes down. But yeah, keep up at the Discord. We talk much more often there. You guys see us once live, per week, but we're always live in the Discord. So see you guys there. Other than that, guys, have a good spring break coming up. Next week, let's see. We might do a double last stream week because we got more time, but we'll see. Keep you guys updated with that. Other than that, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Get you guys on the next one. See you guys.